I'm going to be talking about and showing you guys a way that you can make your own cook kit that's ultra light and ultra light on the budget. Whether you're just getting started or you've been at this for a little while and looking for a few ways to shave some ounces or looking for a little bit of a challenge, I think this cook kit might be just what you're looking for. I decided to bring it along on my trip to Landslide Lake here in the Great Canadian Rockies as a little bit of a project for myself here in the morning. So let's get to it. Hey everyone, welcome to Backcountry Forward. My name's Jesse, and on this channel, we believe the backcountry is for everyone. So I do my best to offer the tips and tools to get backpackers backpacking. Let me give a quick recap of where I've come from so far. See, I started backpacking with a beginner's cook kit, which I love. I still think it's one of the best backpacking beginner cook kits out there, and you can check that out here up in the cards if you're looking for it. But recently, I've been wanting to shave some weight, and I've been looking at those infamous titanium pots, you know, Toke's titanium, different titanium brands out there. The pot I was looking at was like $60. That's insane. So I was amazed when I watched somebody else's video and they showed me how they made a pot weigh just as much as the titanium pot that I was going to buy for pennies. I mean, a few bucks if you have to actually buy the can. You might even have one kicking around your house. Sure enough, I decided I would do that. Now, I like a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of project. I'm out here, so I figured I'd do it. I've already put it together and tested it, but I wanted to change a few things and finish it off. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. Okay, so you've heard me already say that you may even have one of these kicking around your house, and you genuinely might. I didn't. I had to go out and buy it, but even still, it cost me like 10, 15 bucks, and I was able to use what was inside, so I didn't really waste any money. And it's as simple as a coffee can. That's all this is. Now, you want to make sure that you get a coffee can. Some of them are cardboard, so some of them have a plastic covering, and you have to kind of like tap it to see if it's actually a tin can. And you want to make sure that you get a coffee can versus like a tomato can or different cans like that, because coffee cans don't have a lining, and that lining within other tin cans that have like soups or vegetables in them will break apart when they're heated and leach chemicals into your water. So that's all this is. This is Lavazza brand. First of all, coffee wasn't too bad, and I really liked it because it had this lip, and I'll get to that lip here in a second, but also it had a pull tab lid. Now that was a big deal for me because I wanted that pull tab to be my lid holder. Now, you could have just pulled it off, but obviously you would have bent your lid. So instead, what I did was I actually used a can opener, and I went all the way around the edges, which was actually perfect because it made it just big enough that it rests right on that little lid. So if you can get the new look Lavazza coffee can, then I think you're golden. Now, that's basically it. As you can see, it's got some cook marks on the inside. Now, you do want to make sure that you leave this dry, otherwise it could rust. Some people I've even talked to have talked about seasoning it, which is adding some oil and then cooking it in the fire, just like you would a cast iron pot. Now, you're probably wondering, what are these pink bands around the side, pink and purple? Well, these are just some silicone bands that were kicking around work for me, and I just used them to test it out. First thing that I'm going to do is change those out and show you how to do that. Now, with those in place, there's just one last thing to do. Just keep moving forward. Backcountry forward. I have no idea if that's going to stay on or not, but I want to give it a try. Okay, so I've put on 6 of the silicone bands. Originally, I had 5, and that was pretty good. You could even do as few as 3 if you want to be a little bit more lightweight, but I thought I'd go with 6 this time around. Now, I'm going to do the bail handle and show you guys exactly what I've got going on for that. So this is a full 8-ounce coffee can that you would buy at a store. It only weighs, I think, with all the bands and everything, mine weighed 4.3 ounces, which is pretty darn good. Now, I know I'm adding a little bit of extra weight with the bail handle, but I feel like it's beneficial enough for me. This is going to be more my bushcraft backpacking pot when I know that I have a real fire. If I'm going ultra light, I'm going to make that 500 milliliter pot, and that won't have a bail handle, and it will be the bare bones. But let's do this. This is just 16 gauge wire, and I brought with me my handy dandy Leatherman, which I would not normally bring out in the backcountry, but this time I did. So the first thing, I brought way more than I needed to, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to make sure. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just take that wire and wrap it just once around the pot. I mean, you could do more than once maybe, but I'm hoping that just once will be enough. And then you're gonna wanna twist. Okay, I'm gonna try starting with the bail handle. I'm gonna make sure that I have it just as long as I need it. Don't need it to be too long. And I'm gonna have a little bit of extra on the sides. We'll see how this works. May not work very well, but let's give it a go. Okay, so now I'm gonna wrap this around and do what I did the first time, twist it, and hopefully that will hold the bail handle in place. But to like make sure that the bail handle never just slips out, I'm going to give a little bit of slack, and I'm just going to tuck the excess from the bail handle underneath, so it just makes one little loop, just like that, on both sides. Here we go, both sides. Okay, and then making sure everything is where I want it. So I don't want to tighten this too much because I want to do a bit more with the bail handle, but I just want to get it just enough that it's in that little groove. There we go. So now that I've made those loops on the bail handle, I've just tightened them up just a little bit around on both sides. So now I should be able to tighten this right into the groove, cut it off, and have a perfect little bail handle. And once I'm finished this, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how everything nests inside, and we will be done. Boom. And just like that, a bail handle is in place, and the best part about it is it bends back, so I can put my coffee cup in, and my coffee cup with all the stuff that I need for my cook kit. This even fits one of the smaller size fuel canisters, so if you want to do that, if you don't have a mug, it nests that. But all in all, I think it's a great little piece of kit. I really don't believe that you need expensive gear to get to beautiful places like this. So if you're interested in some other DIY ultra budget cook kits I'm gonna be working on, I'll put a playlist here once those are finished. But if you're just getting started and you want an easy, all-in-one, has it everything that you need cook kit, I recommend this cook kit. You can check out that playlist right there. But whatever the case, keep moving forward.